Hello everybody, Steelfish Gaming here. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the Minecraft movie, which came out last weekend. I took some notes while I was at the theater, and in a word, I'd say that was a pretty good movie. And the characters are the Steve from Minecraft, played by Blackjack, Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison. Oh yeah, there's spoilers by the way, so just to let you know. Played by Jason Momoa, the Garbage Man, and Natalie, the older sister, played by Emma Myers. Dawn, the person who owns a mobile petting zoo with a llama in the back of her car. Dawn, played by Daniel Brooks, and Sebastian Hansen, played by Henry, the younger brother. There's a Lego Minecraft movie trailer beforehand. That's pretty cool. In my opinion, there's too many previews. I want to see the movie, not previews. I mean, most of it's for stuff I never heard of. I mean, if it was for something interesting, I wouldn't mind, but a lot of the previews aren't even really that interesting. Warner Brothers logo. Creeper explodes into Mojang logo. So they paid homage to, you know, the classic Minecraft mob. There's a piano intro, you know, the Minecraft music. And there's a loading screen with a Jack Black voiceover where he talks about how as a child he yearned for the mines, and he has a office job that he doesn't really like, selling doorknobs. And he decides, you know what, let's go back to the mine again. And he goes mining and he finds a blue cube and a clear one. My handwriting's not that good because I was looking at the movie screen, and also I was in a dark room, so I couldn't see it. So it might take me a minute to read some of this stuff. And he puts the two cubes together, and it makes a nether portal. He found a broken nether portal once he stepped through the portal and goes into Minecraft. And there's a evil sorceress who runs the nether, and she takes the orb, which is actually a cube that Jack Black found. They escape and steal it back. And Jack Black's dog, Dennis, takes the orb through the portal back to Earth, and he hides it underneath Jack Black's bed. And the two halves of the orb get separated, and the portal closes. And title screen. And Jason Momoa is driving an old, looks like late 1970s, maybe mid to late 1970s Pontiac Firebird. And he's an expert gamer in a video game called Hunk City Rampage. And there's definitely an Oreo sponsor because he's eating Oreos. And Jason Momoa, the Garbage Man, gets an eviction notice while he's playing video games. And he goes to a storage auction. And Dan TDM, he's at the storage auction, but he doesn't have any lines. And there's an old Atari in the storage system that he's bidding on, but once he wins the auction, he goes over and he opens up the box. There's nothing in there except for the orb, which is actually a cube. And his car breaks down on his way home, and I gotta reference the names here. I'm not good with names, not even in real life. Natalie and Henry are in their car driving home, and they get jobs at the potato chip factory. They get home and they put their stuff away. My handwriting is really bad in the dark. And Henry, he rides his bike to the video game store before school that Garbage Man runs, and he sees the orb. He goes to school, and the principal just rants about divorce. He goes to art class. He has to draw an origin of banana. He builds a jetpack at school somehow, and he launches a skeleton into the potato chip factory. And he calls Garbage Man and makes him pretend to be his uncle for $26 so he can get out of school and get out of trouble. And they go back to the video game store. And he puts the cube together, and Henry is missing, and Henry and Garbage Man are following the orb. I guess it's like a compass. And where was I? They get to the Minecraft portal in the mine, and Henry, hang on, I gotta reference the names again. Garbage Man, Natalie, Dawn, and Henry are all at the portal. They go through, but Villager goes out, and Jack Black is imprisoned in the mines, and they set him free to find the orb. And the Villager wanders out of the mine into the real world. The sun goes down, and the zombies come out. Jason, also known as the Garbage Man, falls in a hole in the ground. Skeletons chase everyone. Henry breaks trees and builds a wooden structure. Jason runs deeper into the woods, and he runs into a creeper, which blows him up. The orb gets broken when a skeleton shoots it. Oh yeah, the zombies kind of look like the old man from the movie Up. The creeper blows up the house, but Steve saves them. It turns day, and then the zombies all catch on fire, and he says, "I am Steve!" And Jack Black, also known as Minecraft Steve, says, "You can't get home without the Earth Crystal." And then they go to Midport Village. The principal hits the villager with her car. And there's a Technoblade reference, a pig wearing a crown. I like they put that in there. And then there's Lava Chicken, Steve singing that, you probably heard of that. And then the Piglins, or the Hoglins, or whatever, or the Zombie Pigmen. They're Zombie Pigmen, alright? You can't change it, Microsoft. The Zombie Pigmen are sent to kill the Roundlings, as they call them, because they're not square. And they go to Steve's stuff. This is a crafting table. And he makes a tater tot launcher. The village is raided by Ghasts and Zombie Pigmen. Jason fights Chungus, the leader of the Zombie Pigmen, with buckets that are chained together like nunchucks, and he loses. He fights some more, and they all get a bunch of elytras, and they go to the edge of a cliff, and And they all fly away. And they're about to crash, but Jack Black, Minecraft Steve, has a water bucket. Water bucket, release! And then Chungus gets executed because he failed to bring them in. And they all get separated because Steve, Garbage Man, and Henry, they all took the Elytras, but Natalie and Dawn, they stayed behind in the village. They got separated during the fight. So Natalie and Dawn, they're both wandering through the woods. And they find a dog, which turns out to be Dennis, Steve's dog. And then they decide to raid the... They decide to raid the mansion out in the woods. But in order to get there, they have to go through a mountain. And that's because Garbage Man wants diamonds, so he won't get evicted. And they run to a creeper mine, the entire mountain blows up. And a creeper farm, not a creeper mine. And they eventually get to the woodland mansion, and they eventually steal the earth crystal. Henry steals it from one of the chests in storage, but Garbage Man and Steve get captured, and they have to fight to entertain the evokers, or the illagers, or whatever they're called. I'm old school Minecraft, all this new stuff confuses me. It's pretty cool though, except for replacing the zombie pigmen. They're always going to be zombie pigmen to me. And doing netherite instead of emerald armor, or obsidian armor. But anyways, not Jack Black. Garbage Man has to fight a chicken jockey. And then everyone throws a popcorn everywhere. And eventually they win. And Steve, he escapes and he saves Garbage Man from Chicken Jockey. And they all escape. But eventually the sorceress shows up with a bunch of gas that takes the crystal, and he's about to blow up the bridge, but everyone gets on the gas, but Garbage Man stays behind, and he falls off the bridge when it explodes, and he falls to his death. And they all fall and they wake up inside of the mushroom, and everyone except for Garbage Man is in the mushroom. And since the sorceress and the zombie pigmen have the earth crystal, that means they can start taking over the overworld, and maybe eventually the real world. So that means that they have to stop them. So Jack Black says, "First we mine, then we craft. Minecraft." You know. And then, yeah, there's a big battle. And Steve shows up with diamond sword and diamond armor to finish off the sorceress. And eventually they all get the earth crystal back in the final battle. And they all go back to the overworld, and Garbage Man's video game store is successful now. And there's a post-credit scene where Steve goes back to his old house, and and someone named Alex is living there. And if you don't know, Alex is the other, basically, the other default Minecraft skin. There's Steve and there's Alex, so that's pretty cool. Which means they're almost definitely setting up for a sequel. Overall, I didn't expect this to be a good movie, and it certainly wasn't, but I feel like what really pulled it through is because they knew they didn't have a good movie. Because it's Minecraft, it's a video game. Video game movies are almost never good, except for the 1993 Mario movie. That was good. But they knew that they were... The whole time, it seemed like the movie was making fun of itself, so they did a good job with that. I'd recommend you go see it, because it's a good movie. Well, what more do I have to say? Steelfist Gaming, signing out.